At a certain point, we got to understand. I could say Diddy for sure, abuser. Rico? Sex trafficking? How? You hitting me up for the what? Like, how am I supposed to stop you from hitting me up for the?
I don't care what Pablo Prigioni, 38-year-old rookie, was not great basketball, brother, and I was still there jacking them. What the fuck is you talking about? Where was you at? Where was you at? You was in Cleveland. You was in Cleveland. Let's talk about those 10 straight finals. 6 easy tickets out the East. LeBron was easy out the East every time. He's playing the bums in Toronto. What's DeMar and Kyle Lowry, they was doing nothing over there on the East, bro. Welcome back to another episode of Mike Check with Rye Buckets. We here with my guys.
Drip Davis the one.
And I was on one.
Yes, sir. And it's been an eventful week and a half, 2 weeks since we've been in the studio. So we're going to cover some shit real quick. Game 6 tonight. Knicks versus Celtics with an injured Jayson Tatum. You already know I've been jacking Knicks in 7, but we not going that far, bro. It's Knicks in 6 tonight.
We need
By the time you're watching this, we in the Eastern Conference Finals already. 100%.
Count it, because that's on God.
Yeah, right now there's a whole bunch of bullshit going around with the Jayson Tatum injury and everybody saying, oh, he got injured. This is the only reason y'all gonna win, blah, blah, blah. All of that, I don't give a fuck. It's bullshit. Like, we was up 10 already. Save that shit for the salty-ass Celtics fans. I don't want to hear it. Jalen Brunson, 40-ball masterclass today at home. Let's see something. How y'all feel about the upcoming series?
Man, it's a parade in my city. I don't give a fuck about nothing else but the Knicks winning. I don't care how we get it. I don't care how it happens. We need it. All that injury is the only reason we get in there. Warriors been doing it their whole fucking career. I'm not hearing none of that shit.
That's a fucking fact. I'm glad, because I was going to bring that over a little bit later.
Wait a minute. This nigga is not a Knicks fan. Do not let him gash out.
Hold on.
He was Lakers till I die. The Knicks is out of here. It's the Celtics. It's the Celtics. The best team in the... Shut the fuck up. I'm not hearing nothing you gotta say. You already know if you're from New York, you got all the niggas who hate New York, hate the Knicks. But as soon as we successful, they jumping on the bandwagon. It's this guy right here.
Oh, yeah? First of all, I was outside with the real Knicks fans. How many watch parties this nigga go to? How many games this nigga go to? He touched the arena? He looked up
man.
He around? This nigga ain't checking. Who's this nigga to determine who's a Knicks fan and who's not? The fuck you talking about?
Now
I've been outside riding for the Knicks fans harder than the Knicks fans.
He was
Now all you
so what are we talking
now
about?
all you gotta do is be unemployed on a Tuesday and be in Madison Square Garden and you an automatic Knicks fan all of a sudden. My fault I'm employed, gang. Like, that shit is not the stipulations to be a Knicks fan, bro. I'm not hearing that, bro. I'm at work at my hard paying job, looking at the TVs back and forth, making sure shit getting done, bro. I'm making calls during halftime.
My bad, I get off of work before 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock. My bad.
Not hearing that.
Some time after work, bro.
I'm glad you hopping on the bandwagon. I'm glad you're hopping on the bandwagon. Let's hear it.
Since we talking about bandwagons, Ryan, you said yourself you went from a LeBron fan to a Melo fan to a Steph fan. And now you was a LeBron fan. You had a little LeBron phase. We all saw his LeBron phase.
I'm a fan of great basketball. If someone is performing to the highest that we've ever seen it before, I'm not a hater. I'm not disowning. Like, what are we doing? Curry was whipping your man's LeBron's ass for 5 years. Yes, I was jacking him. Fuck is you talking about? He changed the game of basketball. If you hate Curry, you're just a LeBron beef writer, bro. That's it. That's all the Curry fans in all of our sections. All our comment sections who hate Curry. All the LeBron fans, that's all it is. They don't want to see Curry pass that legacy.
So y'all lucky. So Steph Curry fans is not just as much as dick riders as fucking LeBron.
I'm not hearing it.
As LeBron James fans.
And y'all lucky.
He got injured.
Yeah, lucky Curry got injured. Because if Curry did not get injured, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him in none of those Anthony Edwards Infinity Stone posts. Don't put Curry face in that shit. He was not there. He was injured.
LeBron did get first rounded. And you know what you said when it happens if LeBron got first rounded and Curry went further.
Bro.
You know what you said.
2 years ago, this nigga Steph Curry lost the job.
Now we going back to 2 years. He was injured. He had nobody on his team.
Why we acting like,
he had nobody on his team.
Like Steph Curry is a god, bro. That nigga is one of the most fortunate niggas to ever hit the league. What are we talking about?
Fortunate shooter.
We sitting here talking
one of the
about
greatest shooters to ever hit the league.
Nah, we sitting here talking about with injury luck with Jayson Tatum and all this and that, bro. My nigga, 2015. every single series Steph Curry played in, there was an injured superstar, bro. Word of my mother. And then he reached the finals, and Kevin Love had a dislocated shoulder, and fucking Kyrie Irving tore his ACL. But niggas want to dick ride Draymond getting suspended in 2016.
And like I said, nobody gives a fuck about those injuries. It's a part of the game, brother. Nobody cares. If somebody gets injured, somebody still gotta win. That shit don't mean nothing. All y'all fans is just coping with the fact that somebody got injured and there maybe could have been another outcome. Too fucking bad. Cry about it, nigga.
Shoulda, coulda,
That shit
woulda.
don't mean nothing, bro. It don't mean nothing.
All right, so I don't understand. So you pick and choose. All right, so now you a fan of good basketball. Are you a Knicks fan or you a fan of good basketball? And if you're a fan,
the Knicks is good basketball. What the fuck is you talking
They playing
about?
good basketball.
What you talking about?
So if you're a fan of good basketball, what makes niggas different? Why niggas can't do the same? Like, what's literally different?
Bro, I'm welcoming you. I'm welcoming you. You could be on the Knicks bandwagon. That's fine with me. But I'm gonna call it out. I'm gonna call it out. You never owned the Knicks jersey, nigga. Don't sit here and lie. Don't sit here and lie. You never owned the Knicks jersey. Now you're jacking the Knicks. That's that was my only point of saying that, bro.
I was outside with the people.
That's cool.
I was outside with the people. And seeing how it meant to them and what it meant to my city.
That shit burnt the fire in his little heart. That shit burnt the fire in his little heart. He said, "This is what New York basketball's about."
This is what it means.
Like, come on, bro.
Basketball is supposed to be.
That's a fact.
Act like
That's
we
a
had
fact.
something to cheer for with the Knicks for mad long.
But that's the part of being a fan. You're cheering where you're there when the ups and the lows, bro. You wasn't there. You wasn't there when no, I did not call myself a bandwagon. I said I'm a fan of great basketball.
Oh my
Dennis
God.
Smith Jr. for the Knicks was not great basketball, nigga. I don't care what Pablo Prigioni, 38-year-old rookie, was not great basketball, brother, and I was still there jacking them niggas. Fuck is you talking about? Where was you at? Where was you at? You was in Cleveland. You was in Cleveland.
Everybody was on that bandwagon too.
literally just said you wasn't though.
Bro, I got the Facebook post from
whatever, bro.
2011 showing my jerseys, all types of shit, bro. I don't need to entertain
Whatever,
this.
bro.
I don't need to entertain this blasphemy right here, bro. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on into the Western Conference and talk about Jokic. My GOAT, man. Talk about a fucking bandwagon, nigga. My GOAT. Jokic. One of the greatest basketball players to ever step on the court.
That's his fifth goal. in
Game
his
7,
lifetime.
he's taking it over.
Fifth goal.
Yeah, it's all right.
Go.
It's all right.
How many
The
goats
game
do I have?
changes. The game changes.
So wait, who y'all got game 7 then?
Oh, I'm going to GOAT. Jokic.
Jokic?
Nuggets too.
You going Nuggets?
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry to say I'm going Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I can take that.
need it.
That's
SGA
a-
for the win.
And we was talking about whoever wins this game 7 is going to be a great series.
Yeah.
Whoever goes there, because you got Jokic versus
Rudy?
That's going to be a nice series over there. See what they do. But Jokic be busting Rudy ass. He's bust Rudy ass. So I'm definitely jacking. That'd be the easier path for the Nuggets. But if OKC make it, that make it a little tougher for
I want to see the young team go
that
crazy.
young
Like,
team go
and young.
crazy.
We need that for the culture.
100%. Who you got winning the Western Conference on there? You got the Jokic too?
The way he been playing lately, I think Jokic. But if Shea gets past Jokic, I don't know who's gonna have the advantage in that Timberwolves, because it's like Ant just beat Steph and LeBron teams. At least we can at least say that. And now you got Shea, who just got past Jokic in a 7-game series. Like, that's OD, bro.
That'd
They
be
gonna
OD.
be tired.
And there's no
game series.
and there's no MVP announced yet. So right now it's looking like whoever wins game 7 might get that MVP. Both
that's what we
niggas is
saying.
playing top caliber basketball. Shea had that one game where he was a little
Shaky,
off.
yeah.
You feel me? But Jokic had a game like that too. His teammates been helping him.
Yeah.
So right now it's really just looking like if Shea could pull that out and really just take over.
I know. I
Scary.
feel like Aaron Gordon do something crazy. He might do another buzzer beater. I don't know. And I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I can say that. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think
Yeah,
that game
it shouldn't
is
be.
a very good game.
Yeah. 100%.
sure.
Let's go back into something earlier. We were talking about the Curry era and shit like that, and injuries and how they take a part into dynasty and everything. And you want to talk about injuries, but we're so lucky. The NBA community is so lucky Kevin Durant got injured on that Warriors team versus the Raptors, because they would have won the finals for the next 3 to 5 years. Like, and that's not even an argument or up for debate, anything like that. The NBA is so lucky that didn't happen. You want to talk about injury this, injury that? Talk about that. Talk about that. What if?
What do you mean talk about that? What if? Nigga, you just disqualified your own point
How?
Literally earlier in the podcast.
How?
You said injuries are a part of the
And then
game,
I'm playing on your point. I'm playing on your point.
Nah,
When you're
you're
like,
playing on
all
my
this
point.
injury shit, that's the only reason.
All right, bro, there's a lot of signings and trades that would have broke the league anyway. But it's like niggas want to downplay KD going to the Warriors 1 minute and then fucking shoot that shit to the moon the next minute, bro. Honestly, the KD to the Warriors thing, bro, was such a big deal because it shifted the balance of the power in the league like never seen before, bro. Niggas could bring up LeBron in Miami.
We saw it before, yeah.
No,
Hold on,
niggas
slow
can bring
down.
up LeBron in Miami.
We saw it before.
Niggas can bring up LeBron in Miami, bro, but when you look at the other teams that were out in the league still, bro, you can't tell me that it's on the same level as terms of like shifting the balance of the league. Yes. Tim Duncan was still in the league, bro. The Spurs was still a dynasty. They won their last chip during that time. Kobe was still in the league. He was fresh off a chip before LeBron.
So
went
you
to
saying
Miami.
right now that LeBron didn't start the super team era, like the real
The super
big
team
three
era was
super
already
team?
happening,
I'm
bro.
saying the
Let's
real big three super
Gary
team
Payton
though.
and Karl Malone wasn't on the Lakers,
Fuck
bro.
is dumb niggas. We talking about
You talking about when they was mad old, bro?
niggas, bro.
You talking about when they was mad
Like, come
old,
on,
bro?
bro.
What
Stop
were they
it.
doing? They were ring
Nothing.
chasing.
They
They
was
were
doing
ring
nothing.
chasing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem. They was
But they was ring
They wasn't
chasing
getting
after
it.
their prime. After their prime. LeBron ring chase in the middle of his prime.
What are you talking about?
What I just said, nigga. LeBron ring chase in the middle of his prime. 7-8 years in, he said, nah, fuck Cleveland. I need a ring. Did he not?
Did KD not do that? And did he not do it
100%.
crazier?
How
Like,
is
can we
it?
not
How is it?
talk- the
Why is
Warriors
it
won
crazier?
63
'Cause it's after.
games without him. And then they
Why
won
is
the
it
chip
crazy?
after him?
If he wins it without him, doesn't it show that
All right,
wasn't
but-
really needed compared to
Who?
LeBron going to a team and it's like after that they really was winning shit? Isn't that a
But
clear
you know, whatever
difference?
team LeBron's on, he's winning shit. What are we talking about?
Last 4 years.
And he only got
You
4
talking about
rings.
after he went to 10 straight finals, bro.
Let's
At
talk about
36.
those
At
10.
36.
Let's talk about those 10 straight finals. 6 easy tickets out the bum ass East. LeBron shit was easy out the East every time. He's playing the bums in Toronto. What's his nigga DeMar and Kyle Lowry? They was doing nothing over there on the East, bro. They was
right.
giving Bron no competition on the
That's
East.
cool.
Those
How
10
many
finals
Eastern Conference
appearances.
teams won the chip after that? We talking about Giannis Bucks. We talking
Yeah.
about the Raptors. We talking about the Celtics, bro.
And
That's
then-
3
and
chips
then-
off the top of my brain.
And then LeBron went to the West and only got, what, 1 ring during the bubble?
bro, he went at the back end of his career, bro. What are we talking about?
He's been
And he won
playing
chip
on
over
the.
there.
He was there
won the
year
chip in the
14,
West.
year
What are we talking
14.
about?
Yeah, he did win. He won a ring in the
Fucking
West.
bubble.
One ring in the bubble with a full
Fucking
NBA wasn't even participating.
What the fuck?
Niggas was
getting
opting into
COVID.
play, bro. What are you talking about?
Niggas was dying.
Let's not talk about the Lamicki ring,
Yes,
bro.
the podcasters who never played professional basketball.
W Rage Bait. W Rage Bait. Look at this nigga. W Rage Bait. Now we podcasters. Nigga, the same nigga in front of the camera.
Hold on. Has a better opinion.
Real time
that the niggas
rage
who
bait.
actually played in the bubble.
Okay.
Like, what are we talking about?
That shit is all
Any nigga-
pointless. That shit is
any nigga
all
that was
pointless.
Actually in the bubble, bigs up the bubble.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Yes,
Canelo
they
just
do.
went on his podcast and said that shit was like modern day slavery. Plantation to plantation. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
They said that shit was like the rec league.
You want to talk about, because I'm going back to this. You trying to insult niggas. Oh, you niggas is podcasters, blah, blah, blah. You can't beat me and never beat me one-on-one, you
Oh,
bum
my
ass
God.
nigga. And I beat you for the
Yes, I
bread,
have
nigga.
beat you.
Now I'm
What
getting
the fuck you
personal.
talking about? Don't say y'all niggas is podcasters, blah, blah, blah. We
at
play
this.
ball,
When
nigga.
niggas
What
start
you
losing
talking
an
about?
argument- when niggas start losing an argument,
You
they
started
start
the personal
bringing up
attacks. That's what I'm
How?
saying.
How?
We
How?
podcasters
How?
now.
What I'm
We
saying-
podcasters
what
now.
I'm saying is, the niggas who actually were in the bubble are bigging that shit up. And it's only niggas that wasn't in the bubble that's saying, oh, the bubble wasn't this, the bubble wasn't that.
Who's
But
bigging it?
niggas that was there and actually playing these games, I'm telling you, it's one of the
That's
hardest
a
chips
glorified
ever in the
rec league, bro. It was a
How?
glorified rec league.
been
No
saying
fans.
that.
It's literally just them balling, bro. Like, that's all. It's just
Are those
basketball,
not the
bro. It's
best
still just a
games? What are we
sport.
talking about? Why are we giving fans this much of a factor in
they
in
had
the fucking
TJ
outcome
Warren
of these
being a
games?
fucking
TJ
all-star.
Warren was
talking
dropping
about?
50 on niggas. Like,
He was
He
nobody.
just had the best game of his life.
what does that mean?
In Boston, what are we talking about, bro? Niggas are gonna show out that nigga that never showed out before.
And they
A bum-ass
disappeared
nigga's
right
gonna have a
after.
great
Disappeared
game.
right
Brother,
after. That
yeah,
nigga not
shit
even in the
with-
league no more.
Bro, that nigga's
Bro,
like
bro.
38. What are we talking about?
Dead, not
niggas is
38.
38.
He's dead, not 38, bro.
Bro.
You talking he's PJ
Niggas
Tucker
never
age?
talked about Luke Cornett.
I think it's not
being
PJ
this much of
Tucker
a
age.
factor in the NBA playoffs, bro.
I still don't talk
And he
about him
dead
being a
ass,
factor.
huh?
And he stepped up and did his job as a 7-foot big man. What
That's
is
what I'm saying.
He did
There's
his
gonna
job.
be niggas who never showed out before and show out
Moving on, bro.
in the weirdest of times. What are we talking about?
Kaminga showed out for the last 3 games since Steph Curry been out. What
But
does that
Kaminga's
mean?
actually like that. What are we talking about?
All right, it makes sense if you're a bozo nigga, but it's all right. All right, Alvarez Crawford was announced for 2026, I believe, and it's looking like one of the super fights of the Saudi money, of the oil money. Right now, I'm jacking Alvarez. I'm not gonna lie, I'm jacking Alvarez. It's gonna be a great one. That defense is. It's gonna be a goodie, but I just got Alvarez on the. He really want to fight somebody. Like his last fight was running. Like he really wants to fight someone who's gonna sit there and stand with him. Like I think it's gonna be a great fight though, no matter what. What y'all
I
think?
don't know, man. I hear what you saying, Rob, but if you really felt like that, there was one nigga that's calling him out left and right, David Benavidez, bro. And for some reason, we still don't have that fight.
It's the money.
It's like we're getting everything else but that fight.
That's a fact.
But I'm not even gonna lie. I was one of those people saying Canelo until like I seen like them stand face to face after Canelo's last fight.
Mhm.
And Crawford kind of looks bigger. So I'm
Looks a little
saying he
bigger.
has a lot of time to put on weight.
The only reason why I can't really lean towards Alvarez is because after that Berlinga fight, I was expecting him to whip Berlinga's ass. I'm probably saying his name wrong.
I mean, he still won the fight.
He won it, but he didn't whip his ass like how I was expecting him. Crawford is a tactician for real. When he fought Errol Spence, everybody was like, Errol Spence. That nigga was pulling him on his
whip his
belt
what?
ass.
Nigga came out looking like Martin after
I
that
mean, from
fight.
that first round, he was putting belt to ass.
Trying
But
to say though,
he had just came out of a car accident. Like that was just one of his first fights back from a car accident that really fucked him up. So that could also be a contributing factor to that ass whipping. I'm not gonna lie.
But I'm not even gonna lie. Crawford's last fight was he showed some holes in his game too, because like he could have lost that fight. It came down to like the last couple of rounds,
Yeah.
but he faked,
and he was moving up.
and that's what I'm saying. He's moving up, so he's doing
moving
something
up
while
even
moving
more
up.
weight classes now.
Yeah.
So it's like I see pros and cons on both sides. So it's hard for me
I
to
feel
pick. I'm leaning towards Canelo, but I'm not counting out Crawford.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that'd be a good one right there. And then we go over to the UFC side. You got Islam Makhachev vacating his lightweight title. Who do you see him fighting next?
JDM, he got to get the title fight, bro. He gave up his belt. Nobody beat him for it.
Nobody being for it.
So it's like, and he was taking niggas who was moving up trying to get his belt. And if he did, and if Bilal Muhammad would have won, he would have had to do it again. So it's like, bro, give him his shot, bro. Do I think he's gonna win? No.
I don't know.
But give him his shot, bro.
So big headlines in the news right now. Diddy is wilding. He's cooked. The trial going on. A whole bunch of shit coming out. He was freak offing every day, 4 days straight freak offs fueled by drugs and baby oil. Shit was disgraceful. I don't know how anyone could possibly condone this behavior, anything like that. Say that she was at fault for doing anything. This man is clearly sick and needs to be locked up.
I completely agree with you. Just based off of the elevator video alone. But it's like he can't get charged for domestic violence because of the statute of limitations, which is kind of fucked up. Any violent charge shouldn't have statute of limitations. But it is one of the weirdest sex trafficking cases because the defense only has to prove that all of these encounters were consensual. So it's like it can go either way because of that. But is he morally wrong? Yes.
I got one thing to say. I'm not rewarding insanity. If someone leaves and comes back, then leaves, then comes back, yeah, you're a freak too. You like that shit. At a certain point, we got to understand, I could say Diddy, for sure, abuser. Rico? Sex trafficking? How? You hitting me up for the dick. What? Like, how am I supposed to stop you from hitting me up for the dick? You had opportunities to leave. You left. You hit me up. You came back. I mean,
You're leaving out a lot of details from that. Leaving and coming back.
Yeah.
She left, got beat the fuck out of, and then she was coming back because the nigga was fucking with her mental so far ahead. Hold up. First of all, 19-year-old girl when she met this guy. 30 years old plus crazy ass age gap. Anybody with a sane mind is looking at that and saying, I bet this nigga's manipulating her by some way, somehow. You see it with the contract deals, 10 album deals she had her in. It's just shit like that where it's not just black and white. It's not one option. You can leave, you can stay. It's not easy like that. Certain shit fucks with your brain and you literally think that shit is acceptable when in reality it's not. But when you're underdeveloped brain and that's all you're receiving, that type of love, and it's traumatic love, toxic love, at some point that's all you're gonna know. And obviously, just like you said, oh yeah, she left but she come back, that's all she knows. It's hard to break out of something like that when that's all you know. Stockholm syndrome is real, PTSD is real. Women who have abusers often cover for their abusers because it's just a mental thing, bro.
So we should be rewarding that? Like at a certain point,
we should not be. How is that rewarding it by putting this nigga in jail?
Listen to this.
First of all, you got 20 mil off that. That's a come up.
Off of a civil lawsuit. Off of a civil lawsuit for what a civil lawsuit of what he was doing to her. Like, how can you look at that video?
You can't pee in my mouth 20 times and then think that, oh yeah, every time I come back, it's not consensual. You can't pee in my mouth and think that I'm gonna come back 3 times. Like, what are we talking about?
All right, brother.
She made her drink.
What?
She had to drink the pee.
She didn't have to. She chose to.
She was drugged out.
Pee?
She
crazy drugged out.
Hold on. The 20 mil wasn't just for like fucking emotional and physical damage. She was in a 10 album contract and she had one hit and one album, bro.
Yeah, fucked her career.
Those were literally 20 million is less than her projected sales.
She rather get free.
In her what do you mean she rather get free?
No, nigga, she's getting taken advantage of. She's getting abused and manipulated, bro. It's clear as day.
Who was signed to Diddy talks about how he fucked them contractually,
yes.
bro. But Biggie, before he died, was rumored to leave Bad Boy, bro. And you know who swept that under the rug? Sean fucking Combs,
Allegations.
Bro. How are those allegations, bro?
Because it's not proven. That's what allegations is.
Yeah, people have said it.
You know
There's
who
documentaries and all that.
Gene Deal is?
That's hearsay.
You know who Gene Deal is?
Gene Deal?
Yes.
Another person who was not the person who proved facts? Hearsay?
What do you mean? How is that hearsay?
Eyewitness testimony is not hearsay, nigga. What are you talking about?
He was literally his security guard.
Like, what are we talking about right now?
Was back then,
Everything
bro.
is allegations. But at the end of the day, text, emails, and did y'all know that all those videos of freak offs was on Casey's phone?
No.
Oh, now you know. It was on her phone for 5 years. Why is something on your phone for 5 years?
You don't think Diddy has his own copies?
What?
You don't got videos of bitches you fucked 5 years ago?
This is not about me.
Nigga, fuck is you talking about, nigga? Fuck is you? And that's another thing. That's another thing. I know a lot of just like women that are sticking up for Diddy as well, just like condoning this shit. Like, I know you in a trauma bond relationship too. That nigga been beating the shit out you last 5 years. You post it every day, all this other shit.
God.
And you go back to him. So I don't want to hear none of this. Oh no, trauma bond is bullshit. You live that life. This is your life. You're just watching it being portrayed on the camera. You're like, that could never be me. That could never. No, you probably went through that same shit. You had a family member who went through that same shit. So all I'm saying is when you're looking at cases like this, is just to have empathy. Put yourself in their shoes and see how sometimes shit is not just black and white.
And this is all I gotta say. The prosecution using Casey right now as a sacrificial lamb for a morality win.
But she's not the only witness.
A morality win. Because at the end of the day, they're making her relive an experience that they know is going to contradict herself in each statement, because the defense is just going to say, didn't you say you wanted to do this? Didn't you say you actually wanted to participate? Didn't you say you wanted to volunteer?
And
that's literally in
and then that's
law,
why
make her be an improv.
But you gotta understand.
And then that's why the prosecution lays out all these abuses and all these crazy ass manipulation shit that he was doing, blowing up Kid Cudi car, doing all this crazy shit to anybody she ever talked to. They're showing this to show that platform of, this is who this nigga is. No matter what he was able to convince her to do through trauma, through manipulation, through fear, this is who he is at the end of the day. And it's not only her being the victim, the witness to that. There's other witnesses that are gonna come. This is a federal RICO.
And there's
they
accomplices.
Don't give out federal RICOs for nothing.
And so far, all we heard was the
baseline.
abuse.
Yes, was the like I just said, it went right over your fucking head. The baseline, building the bricks of what the platform of what is going to be built
The
on.
baseline's
The
gonna
full
ruin
case.
them.
Because when you go back into sex trafficking and shit like that, right? When you're paying for escorts and all this shit to come over and all this other shit, that's sex trafficking, brother.
Then guess what? Casey is the one who was hitting these escorts up herself.
No, she wasn't. Diddy was. Diddy was finding them on Craigslist.
She was texting them on Craigslist.
Diddy was finding them on Craigslist.
Court docs that said she was texting them.
I've never seen those court docs. You have to tell me. I see something else that said Diddy did it. Anyways,
being dragged to a hotel room is crazy.
Bro, being forced to drink. He got his charge off that. He didn't get his charge off that.
But that doesn't prove that she consented to everything that went on.
So using, and then in those evidences, you see how Diddy's using his business to set all this shit up, right or wrong. He's giving, hold up. He's giving security guards money to pay these people, the escorts, all these other shits, the assistants to do this. He's taking the assistants to go do other illegal activities. That's where the RICO comes together. If you do the law, that's where it comes together when you have a criminal organization doing illegal shit for you.
Having people find her when she's not picking up the phone.
Yes, niggas.
If I was on the defense, when I set up a party, don't you pay off security? Don't you pay off DJs? Don't you pay off people to make sure it's a secured environment
just
that you're
because
having?
You're paying somebody does not mean
these people voluntarily show up.
Just because you pay somebody does not mean you can commit crimes for them.
I never said that.
What the fuck?
I never said that.
They're literally covering up crimes for him.
Literally. Did you see them covering up crimes? I call it they're having an organized party to do sexual activity.
And that's why you're not a lawyer.
So paying somebody to cover up you beating on your girlfriend because she's leaving a freak off early?
What allegations are you talking about?
That's not allegations. That was the elevator video.
TMC literally pulled out the video.
You mean where Brian still asked him what money did he take, and the guy couldn't recall what money or where he was?
No, I'm talking about the video. Cassie literally went through the people in court. Yes.
They said,
what are we talking about?
If you really read the court docs, and the guy got crossed on a cross examination, the big ass security guard said he was handed a brown bag. No words spoken, and he looked like there was some money in it. He saw $100 bill on top. He can recall that, but he couldn't recall what eye Casey got hit on. He couldn't recall whether...
Who would remember that, though?
Years ago, and Mrs. was wearing... She was covering shit up. You can...
Why would you... Bro,
that's the whole...
It's money.
And the improper testimony.
Somebody got knocked out. You gonna remember,
he got knocked out on his right side. Like, what the fuck? No, the bitch got knocked out.
The security guard didn't get knocked out.
The bitch, Cassie did.
And Cassie is not, but we're talking about the security guard who's the eyewitness, right? The eyewitness who's coming to testify that there was a bag of money provided.
If you have no means,
you're trying to make this into like some specific crazy thing. I'm talking about the morality of everything. But the nigga needs to go to jail.
When they said
anything you want to say,
the disclaimer was take morality out of this. We're not here to judge this man. We're not here to base him off morale. We're here to see whether or not the burden of proof of defense proves that he is guilty of a RICO charge. And as of now, they have not proven guilty
like
of a RICO charge.
It's like day 2, day 3.
Day 3.
Young Thug RICO was like fucking 3 years, nigga. He did not beat that shit. He did not beat that shit. One wrong move, he's back in there, buddy. But he did not beat that shit.
He's barely free. He's outside with all our favorite rappers.
But he can't go to his hood.
He can't go to his hood. He can't live his life. He can't fuck with none of his friends he used to fuck with. None of that.
Them niggas is snitching.
There you go. But don't say he's free. Don't say he's free. Don't try to say he's free though. He's still state property.
If you don't have no means to leave, bro, if you're literally contracted by your abuser, and that same abuser has multiple resources, bro. You turn up a movie and they were literally mentioning Diddy in movies, videos, everywhere, bro. You're literally, how can you escape a person like that with that much power and influence?
But she left. He also gave her the ability to leave.
But did she leave, though? Did she really leave, though? Like,
I want some dick right now.
That was after he had her, right?
No.
Yeah, it was. It literally was. No, she consensually.
You can your girlfriend. You can. You can literally do that.
That's what, but this is what you're saying though. But this is what you are that guy right now though. This is what you're fighting for. You don't see it, but this is what you're fighting for. Like this is what niggas are trying to make you see. Like he, first of all, it was after what you're talking about. It was after he had already. Her. That's where the trauma bond comes in, and that's all you know. That's all she went back to. That's all she had. We gonna move on though, gang. This puts me into the next point. Niggas will call you a feminist for having basic human decency for a woman. Like, oh my God.
This was not the line of my
God. Like a feminist is a slur nowadays, bro. Being a feminist, somebody calls you a feminist, that shit is a slur nowadays to them. Like, you're a feminist.
That's
like,
a Me Too movement.
Do you not have a mother? Like, Me Too movement, a sexual abusive movement. Like, oh my God, this is what I'm saying. We're so cooked. We're so cooked.
I defend people who like to be defended and want to be defended. If you keep going back to something that you has proven that's doing you dirt and that's being wrong for you and that's detrimental to you, that is the definition of insanity.
Why we acting like that doesn't happen every day?
Niggas be acting like that can't happen to them, their family members. Like I don't understand this. Like, people who have that mindset really think like the shit is just a one-way street. Like, it's just one answer that could only happen like that way. Like, oh yeah, you don't deserve any respect because you stood in that abusive relationship. You don't deserve any sympathy because you stood in an abusive relationship. What, brother?
I didn't say that.
That's what you.
I'm just saying, you go back more than 5 times. At a certain point in time, you're on your own.
There you go. There you go.
Tom Fay got a point on that.
It's like,
now we're victim blaming. Oh, brother. Now we're victim blaming.
Hold on. Because if you don't have the means and the resources, bro, or the individual like the freedom of decision, bro, then I understand you staying. But if you consistently choose knowing that you have better options, knowing that you have people there to support you, bro, I can't condone that.
Yeah, me neither.
That's why it's like, all right, sir, but Cassie doesn't fall under that umbrella.
Okay. That goes to my point.
Cassie doesn't fall under that umbrella.
That goes to my point. What is someone choosing to be abused? Like, what does that look like? Someone who's like, oh yeah, this person is abusing me, and I have means to go, but I'm gonna stay getting abused. Like, I like to get abused. Like, who really has these?
Nah, listen.
So you can't even say it's the money rate.
She was never broken down her ass like how we have been. She was moving in with her parents with
and
a
there's
big ass
bitches
house.
in our situation who do the same shit. Like I said, they with bum ass niggas. Bum ass niggas is winning in this life. That bum ass niggas is winning in this life. These niggas be draining the shit out of bitch. You be seeing all these shits, and these bitches be 5 years in with a nigga. Oh, he's a bum. Da 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 da.
You chose that lame. We didn't tell you to pick that nigga.
Nah,
there you go.
That's true.
There you go.
That's true.
Like, come on, you chose that. You chose that. And then Casey's situation, she went back with her family. She had support. She was not broke on her ass.
He pulled up to her crib.
Look,
hold on. You know
what?
what?
He
pulled up to her crib.
He was sending people.
She went back to her mother's house and texted him off an email that she wanted to go link up with him for some dick.
She told her mother
she was in love.
She went to her mom's crib with a bruise. She showed her mom, like, no, mom, lying to her mom, like, no, this is the first time this happened to me. You reading the documents that I'm reading?
I'm reading the documents.
So boom, that just shows how she was protecting this nigga for no matter who.
So we also giving credit to somebody protecting their abuser?
That's what goes into the trauma, bro. That's that's PTSD, bro. Like, you going into all these people, traumas and how the trauma affects someone's actions. That's fucking the brain, bro. Like, what are you saying?
Was that the 5th fight or the 7th fight?
Probably the one that she was still under contract with him for.
But it's like,
no place to leave, nigga.
Well, humans are social creatures, right? We're social creatures, right? One of the biggest tools of manipulators is isolation. Cassie was isolated from so everyone. Point that she got habitually dependent on Diddy, contractually, mentally, physically, and emotionally, bro.
Because that money, right? Like, what we talking about?
No, you just missed the isolation part.
When Cassie met Diddy,
so she
had a business relationship with him. Not a personal. She grew a personal relationship after creating a business relationship.
First of all, when she met 2007 and started dating 6 months later.
But bro, she was contractually
business.
6 months of seeing that money right, seeing that this nigga rich ass.
So because of predators,
she was his artist, bro.
And he was a labeled fucking like what you saying, bro?
She wanted to fuck with a nigga with money, bro.
Like that was literally her career.
Artist.
That's her career path. If her career path is being quid pro quo'd by the fucking head of the label, is there choices that you can do in that shit? It's either you fuck with this nigga or you lose your career. And that as 19-year-old girl who wants to do something with her life, she's obviously going to be manipulated easy into that. And if there's no way you can see that, you might just be a lost cause, gang.
So since we on the abuse talk, DDG and Haley, how y'all feel about that one?
All right, boom.
That's a different
So we can
situation,
talk
though.
about that. We could talk about that. So the DDG and the Halle shit is, first of all, she got court documents, all this shit, right? Hold up. But it's not, that's family court and shit. You feel me? We don't see none of the proceedings, none of that evidence. That's their problem, bro. I'm not getting into that. I don't see no evidence. I ain't see her getting Cassied. If I don't see DDG, Cassie, and Halle, then I can't say nothing.
The only thing that got confirmed was her cheating, bro. Like,
Oh, yeah,
with
for
Brett
sure.
Fire.
I don't even think that got confirmed.
Nah,
Niggas
it got
that was speculation. That was a whole bunch of shit. And once again, niggas are separated. She a grown ass woman. He a grown ass man. Do whatever the fuck you want. That's not an excuse to be that. Hold on. That's not an excuse to be a crazy ass nigga texting your BM and doing all this other shit. It's not an excuse to abuse your BM. Also, I'm just saying. If I ain't see nothing confirming that she cheated, all I saw was speculation. So, but that's just not an excuse for it. Like, oh, she cheated on him, so he could do whatever. Nah,
I'm not saying he could do whatever he
All
wants.
right, just putting that out there.
What I'm saying is, bro, the kid should never be involved in personal matters, bro. You should never use your kid as a pawn to get to somebody.
That's a lot of BMs though. I know one of my mans going through it right now. I feel bad for the gang. He ain't seen his kid in 4 years. Shit nasty, bro.
I'm gonna be the one to say it. I think that bitch lying. I think she lying her ass off. Cause I'm gonna be real. Ain't no way in hell you got Beyonce in your corner. You up already.
The Rock Nation
Rock
demons.
Nation demons. And you waited 6 months to say you was getting abused. Let's be real. You have every ammo and opportunity to bring this out to light. You gonna wait until a nigga really prospering? Nah, I ain't hearing that.
All right, so speaking of prospering and Rock Nation goons, can we jump into the Tory Lane stuff now?
Oh, yes, we can.
Go ahead, Ryan. Set it up.
We could talk about the Tory Lane shit because right now everybody's just flipping the story. Oh, Meg is a liar. Tory's innocent. Blah blah blah. First of all, we just got some key witness evidence from somebody who was fucking this other girl and then started to snitch after they weren't fucking anymore. So I don't know how credible he is. Because you didn't pull up in court, right? That's one thing. And then another thing is, I low-key don't give no sympathy for Tory because you had the opportunity to snitch. You could have snitched on that girl.
That's true.
But you have a family. You're a grown-ass man with a family. You talking about I'm not taking the stand. I'm not snitching. Like, you wanted, if you were going to victim blame, nigga, you wanted to go to jail.
But can we point out the facts? They charged a man 10 years, which should have been 2 to 5 years, for a non-conclusive gun DNA. There was no evidence that his hand was on a gun. There's no evidence that he was even shooting the bitch and making her dance. And the bitch went 27 days after and recorded WAP.
And we can't act like Megan didn't destroy her credibility.
That's exactly my point, though. Tory, you should have took the lane and defended yourself, the stand and defended yourself. You're a grown-ass man. You're a grown-ass man. You should have defended yourself. You let it be up to speculation and all this other shit. Like, you from Canada, brother. Not belong in a U.S. jail. I would have been singing, bro. Like, what? And that's why I just can't flip the switch on Megan's a liar, blah, 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 because at this point, it's all speculation still, bro.
But is she not a liar? Is she not a liar, though? Did she not lie?
She did.
She did lie saying he slapped.
Critical times.
How you lie and still go your way? I'm not
How you lying when you know the truth about to come out in court?
When the other person is dumb enough to let you lie on them. Like, that's my only explanation to that. When the other person is stupid enough to let you run with the narrative, to send you to jail while you have kids, yeah, you lost me, brother.
I don't know. It's too much, I don't think it's too much of a coincidence that he gets stabbed 14 times in the back by a Mexican who at the same time news comes out that he most likely didn't do it. That's kind of crazy.
It came out after though, like the nigga was like, damn, Tory almost died. Like, let me go now snitch. Like, he almost lost his life and already did like 6 years. Now I'm gonna go snitch. Like, yo, bro, he almost died yesterday. Did you know that? You could have said this a day earlier and saved him.
I couldn't live with that. I got too crazy. I wasn't expecting this. It was only supposed to be 10 years.
Yeah, I'm not.
It was only supposed to be 10 years.
So I got a serious question. Why, when a girl gets her heart broken, the first instinct that comes to mind is to be a hoe? Like, therapy isn't a thing? Like, I just don't understand it. Like, can y'all shed some light on that for me? That's like a real question for me.
Bro, the best way I can explain it is, bro, bitches know who they got on the back burner. So it's like, you sitting there, and you did her dirty, bro, all she's thinking about is how she could have did the same thing to you, bro. And the niggas that she got on the lineup and that she's like, oh, you're not in the way now? Oh, yeah, it's over. We're going to Pound Town. We're going to bring it around town. Bring it around town.
Let's be real. Girls know exactly who's up next after they're done dealing with that guy. And even if they're not done dealing with that guy, if you're on a little break, they know exactly who they want to go crush. Like, they're just like us. They know exactly
just like us.
Damn, that nigga fake look all right. I'm with this nigga right now.
I'm with this nigga. It be like that. Game is game.
Oh, this nigga's in the way.
It'd be like that.
But it's like, bro, where's your dad?
What the
Like, what do you mean, bro? Is he not showing you the way? Is he not showing you how real love is like displayed, bro? No. And even that, like, do you not have a strong mother who's setting a great example for you? Who's holding you to a standard? Like,
mom's enabling it.
Nah, there are a lot of moms who are enabling bad behavior from their children just because they want to be team femme. Like, it's crazy.
So one thing I find really funny is, as soon as a girl gets called out or something by a guy, she immediately talks about the mother. Like, oh, but your mother's fat. Your mother weighs the same size as me, blah, blah, blah. It's like, she had 3 kids and is 60 years old. You're 21 and obese. What are we talking about? Why are we comparing that? My mother should not be a stoop for attraction to you. You're chips. Like, what the fuck? Such a just like, be tight.
Bitches be same shit, bro. Like, where's your parents, bro? Like, I'm sorry that I have a great relationship with my mom. My bad. I'm sorry she wanted to keep me fed, bro, and you had to struggle because your mom didn't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, these are the same girls. It's, oh, you gotta open up. Men gotta show their feminine side, this, that, and the third. But honestly, bro, it's like when you open up to a female, it's like you giving them bullets. To a gun, bro. As soon as they feel like you're an op, they're aiming that shit right at you. Like,
soon as you show any type of creativity, any type of expression outside the typical manliness and masculine identity of a man, it's your DL. Who gonna be the boys? All this other stupid shit. Like, what the fuck? A nigga just can't be free.
but yeah, you can think, but you can think and act like a nigga.
Masculinity is.
You could think and act like a nigga though, and it's no problem, right? It's no problem because men can do it. Why can't women do it too? Why can't we be outside?
The biggest situation in that, really, if we really want to talk about it, it's that 100 women versus accountability factor.
Yeah.
They would never win. They would never win. I swear to God. Because at the end of the day, a lot of women, they just fit things to their narrative. If it fits their narrative, then it's right. And if they're not right, they're still right. Like,
and it's like, and it's like we kind of have to take partial blame because it's like we let it go because of the pussy.
Yeah,
we let it go because of the pussy.
The trade-off.
It's like, yes, bro.
Niggas be putting on the big macho man masculine act at all times. That's why the rate for men is so high, because niggas just be having no one to talk to, nothing like that. Like, you go into, like, we joking about this shit for real, but like at this rate, like, this is not good, bro.
And then we get
this
to
is
a
not
point,
good for men's mental health at all.
And then we get to a point where we feel like, I bet I'm not gonna talk about my feelings. I'm not gonna put that on you. I'm not gonna do none of that, bro. Now it's a problem that I'm not opening up anymore. Yeah. So it's like, pick and choose. What do you want? Like, what do you really want?
The moment you talk about your feelings, just know she's in that group chat with her friends like, this nigga being a bitch.
That ass, though. That ass. That ass.
Oh, my God.
Yo, nah, that's hilarious. Everybody got that one ex that no matter what you do, how much time goes past, they don't leave you alone. Like, what more do you want from me? You took everything. Leave me alone. Like, this shit is crazy. I seen this shit with my mans. I've been through it, but my man's been through it worse. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm that man's. All right, everybody, get your popcorn. I'm about to tell you a story about the biggest smut I've ever seen in my entire life. All right, man. Freshman year is when I met some of the best friends of my life. You feel me? I met my son Ra. I didn't meet my son Ty. I met my son Ty sophomore year. I met my son Zay. You feel me? A lot of great people. You feel me? Freshman year was undoubtedly one of the greatest years of my life. And I barely got pussy that year. Let me tell you why I barely got pussy that year. Because I was faithful to a hoe. I was faithful to a hoe.
Biggest mistake.
Long distance, everything. Like I was the perfect example of a simp. You feel me? And I'm not afraid to admit it. It's okay. Because I've learned from that. That bitch was doing dicks on me, bro. And I'm talking about, I seen the baddest hoes walking around Buff State, bro. Looking at me, giving me the eyes, bro. There was one girl that lived down the hall. She was handing me the pussy. She was handing it to me, bro.
Throwing that shit.
And I didn't take that shit because I was being faithful to a hoe. So it's like, bro, that same hoe turned around when I found the strength to leave after finding out all the shit that she's done. She proceeds to hit me up for 3 straight years, bro. I get a new girl. She's texting her. She's texting the bitches she might have thought I fucked. She's texting everybody. Why? Because the nigga she thought that was better for her wasn't. So now it's like, oh, now you missing me. Now you missing the way I treated you. But nah, you wanted the nigga that was scamming, right? So take what comes with the nigga that was scamming. Yes, you're one of 6 bitches in rotations. Congratulations. Congratulations. And ever since that, I came up.
There you go.
And you tried that YouTube shit. That shit went nowhere, buddy. You tried a lot of shit. You tried skincare. You tried all that shit. I'm sorry. Me and my brothers is going up.
Yo.
My life was way better without
You said, you're broke.
Yes.
And one thing for the relationship game right now, you got to really analogize it with basketball, right? So it's like if you get that max contract player, do not give them up. Do not pull a Luka Doncic and sell them just because they're out of condition. You could work with a player, a franchise player. This ain't about basketball either. This ain't about ball, bro. This ain't about ball, nigga. Oh, man.
Time is rough.
So recently in the news, Trump passed a new bill going through Congress, all this shit that has nothing that you bozos thought it was going to have on. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, nothing. He straight up lied to you. Like we've been saying he was going to do, like everybody was saying he was going to do. But y'all think, oh, he got 300,000 immigrants out of here. Yay. Like, he was doing nothing, bro. Nothing. He got 300,000, like, tax-paying citizens out of here, bro. People trying to get their citizenship. He's packing them. All types of stupid shit. All you niggas is like, oh, no. Especially you Hispanic men.
Yeah.
53% plus. Y'all was heavy on the, oh, he gonna make the country better. No, you stupid motherfucker. You're going home. You're going home, buddy. Like, it's over, bro.
And my thing is, bro, how many times y'all gonna be lied to by the government before y'all realize they don't give a fuck about y'all?
Niggas swore Trump wasn't the government.
Bro, we're all human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We all gotta survive. So guess who comes first always? Ourselves. Ourselves. You think it changed because this nigga gave you a stimulus package and he didn't even give you that?
Give you that.
That just shows you you're dumb.
Yes.
You're dumb. You don't know where shit is coming from. You don't know where money is coming from.
Nope.
That's why you're broke. That's literally why you're broke.
Now,
you don't understand finances the way you do. But oh yeah, I'm about my money. I'm about my money, bro. Because you clock in and clock out every day, my nigga. You don't know what to do with that shit.
Listen, man, it's time to revolt. If it's not now or it's not back then, now is the time. Revolt.
But why?
That's the only change.
How? Everybody's divided, bro. Niggas is talking about 100 humans versus a gorilla. Niggas don't even give a fuck about politics, bro.
That's a fact. Unfortunately, that's a fact. And especially one thing that we can do as New Yorkers right now is the mayor vote that's coming up. Like getting the right people into that mayor candidate. Like there's been a socialist mayor going around, Zoran Mamdani. That nigga is promoting like free MTA, all types of shit by just taxing the top 1% of New Yorkers who are fucking billionaires. Like shit like that is where you looked and see like, oh, the quality of life should not be run like a business. You should not be looking to put profit over people anytime. So just educate yourselves and look who would make your life better. I said this shit before and niggas didn't listen before. I doubt y'all gonna listen now, but just try, bro. Just try.
Open them ears. Pay attention a little bit.
And with that being said, man, episode 12 of Mic Check with Rye Buckets. I'm your host, man, Rye fucking Buckets. My guys.
Drip Davis the one.
Nas on one. Let's get it cracking.
Yes, sir. Thank you, y'all. Subscribe.